For this problem, we're going to construct a 95% confidence interval of the population proportion with this given information. Now, you can use a table of values to get a critical value, but StatCrunch has a calculator that can do all of this for us. That is, it can find a lower and upper bound for our confidence interval. So to start with, I'm going to open up StatCrunch, and I'm going to go into where it says Stat, and I'm going to go down to Proportion Stats, since we're talking about a population proportion. We only have one sample, so I go to one sample, and then I want to go to With Summary. We don't have a data set, it's summarized for us. X is equal to 120, N is equal to 300, so that's a summary. Alright, so here's what opens. Alright, so the information that appears over here, this number of successes is our value of X, which is 120. There were 120 successes out of a total of 300 observations, the value of N. In terms of what we want to perform, we're not talking about this thing called a hypothesis test. We're looking for a confidence interval, so I just make sure I select this down here. And then the level of confidence, well, the question says 95%. The probability here is 0.95. Those two match up. There's nothing else we need to do other than click compute. And so here's the information that comes out. It has the information we entered. This would be the sample proportion. But all we really care about for this problem is this lower limit and upper limit. These are the values that we're going to plug in here and here, rounding to 3 decimal places. So for the lower limit, which is the same thing as the lower bound, if I round to 3 decimal places, that's 0.34, and this 4 gets rounded up to a 5, so 0.345. And then in terms of the upper bound, or the upper limit, that is 0.455. I'll check my answers, see if those are right. Just maybe double check that. Okay. And okay, that is all that was required for this question. There are formulas that do appear within the text which can compute this interval for you, but since we have StatCrunch, we can do this pretty quickly.